Welcome to the Rock is George podcast. I'm your host, George Dionne, and this is episode 116. Thank you for tuning in. Be sure to hit subscribe or follow on whichever platform you're listening. Also, check me out at theloudest.com on the planet, knac.com, where I have exclusive interviews you can't find anywhere else. My guest for this episode is Finnish vocalist Netta Laurenne. She is the front woman of the melodic rock act SmackBound. They're getting ready to release their second studio album, Hostage, on April 21st through Frontiers Music. She also had a fantastic side project with Noora Louhimo of Battle Beast called Louhimo, The Reckoning, back in 2021. We talk about the new album, the upcoming live shows, and the possibility of a follow-up to her project with Noora. So here's Netta Laurenne of SmackBound. If I knew absolutely nothing about SmackBound, how would you describe the band's music to me?
You started with a bad one. I mean, a good one, but not an easy one. It is a very versatile when it comes to the thinking about the genres inside metal. We play around and try to be kind of outside the box and free, but it's melodic. Most of it is very well. We do melodic music, and there's a lot of I think it is song-wise, it's heartfelt for everyone. So the structures of the songs they could be in any genre, basically. You know, a lot of the songs could be turned into whatever pop, or because they're just like good song structures to, you know, work with any kind of genre. And then there's a lot of musicianship there, great techniques. So if you are into kind of that side of metal music, so you can really enjoy what you're hearing on the album, because there's great musicians, you know, playing there, and a lot of cool stuff happening. So I hope there is, and also I feel that it's very emotional. So it takes you on a journey, and hopefully to a journey that everybody can kind of take part in and feel as it's their own journey, even partly that they can find themselves there, and that's why they connect with the music.
Before we get to the new album, I wanted to ask you how you got together with all these great musicians in 2015 to form SmackBound.
Yeah, it was when I decided to. There was then it was 5 years since I released my solo album. Yeah, it was 2010, and there was a lot of things that went wrong with that. I mean, like I wasn't happy with the quality, the overall quality. There was a lot of compromises and stuff that we had to do, and then I wanted to kind of give it another go, so that I wanted to choose who I'm gonna do this with. And then because I knew Tuomas and Teemu very well, because we had our offices like musicians have offices, but you know, working rooms, studios. We all were working inside Sonic Bomb Studios. We had our own rooms there, and we knew each other very well. And then I just I had 3 demos, and I played them to the guys and said, this is what I want to do. Do you want to be part of it? Do you want to join the band? And they said yes. And then I said, okay, do you have any ideas who we should take? Who would fit the band? And we talked about it a lot. And then Tuomas said Billy, because of course Tuomas knew Billy well, because of, you know, they've been in Treystone together. And so I said yeah, let's talk to Billy. And also Rolf Teemu said what about Rolf? And I said, yeah, let's talk to him too, and let's see what happens, and let them hear the music and see how they like it. And that was it. Everybody said yes straight away. So we kind of, you know, it was good. It was meant to be. Then we started touring, just playing cover songs, because I wanted to make sure that there's nothing in the dynamics or something, hidden that will hit me in the face later, So I wanted not to, have something that would grow tension in the band somewhere along the way. So that's why we toured playing covers, and only then after a year or so we started making songs together also.
And here we are with SmackBound's second album, Hostage, comes out April 21st through Frontiers Music. Does everyone contribute songwriting ideas, or does the band do the music, you do the lyrics? How does it pan out?
No, usually, most of the songs are composed by myself, Vili, and Tuomas. So usually it's the three of us. And in a couple of songs, Teemu and Rolf has also participated. You know which one Rolle is in, because you know what happens to the drums when when he is joining the songwriting session. Yeah, there is a lot more drumming there. Yeah, so double bass is there. So yeah, so most of the songs are composed by Tuomas, Vili, and I, and usually we play around with chords, and we argue what to do with the structure and play along. We have fun. We usually have a little wine, and we go to the summer cabin and be kind of excluded from the world, so that we have our own world, and we're just there. We don't have to care about the world for a couple of days, and we just play around and play everything and argue about chord, is it a minor or what else, and this C part sucks, and and then usually when we have some kind of structure, the guys go out for a smoke or whatever they're gonna do, and I sing on top of whatever we've done. I sing, I come up with the melodies, like demo melodies, and then we listen to the song and we discuss if there's something to be changed in the melody or in the background. Maybe sometimes we say that's the C part, maybe the melody maybe we should come up with something else, and I think of something else. Or sometimes we know, like, okay, maybe we just do it like, let's change the rhythm of it and it's going to work better. And sometimes we decide that we have to work on the background because the melody is good, but the background doesn't go with it, so that there's something that we have to kind of change, and that's how we compose the songs. And then in a totally different not at the same time, it might take me a year before I start writing the lyrics, so I write them like alone and in a very different kind of atmosphere than what we write the music in. And I never kind of think what the songs are about. They tell me what they are. So when I start writing the lyrics, I just start listening to the song, and I listen to it all over and over again until it tells me what it wants to say. So I never have any themes or any. I am trying to stay away from planning and pre-analyzing. So I'm trying to be free from that, from myself, and trying to, the music to just be born and the lyrics to just come, because I think for me it's important that I don't do lyrics beforehand. For me it doesn't work, because I really want to capture the feeling that is in the music, in the composition that we've made. And then I kind of lift it up with the lyrics, because I make the feeling stronger.
Even though the lyrics come to you listening to the music, there still ends up being something that the song is about. So you got a couple songs out now. What is sort of the meaning behind your single Change?
It is because we wrote Change when COVID hit and we all lost our jobs, basically everything. We went to the summer cabin to write, and we were having just a little wine, and the next day we were feeling a little hangover. And we felt like maybe we go home, like we're tired. But then I said that, should we take mimosas? Like, I'm going to do mimosas for everybody. Like, don't be so depressed. Let's do mimosas. It's a sunny day outside, because everyone was, stressed, like what's happening with the world and our future. And then we had mimosas, even Tuomas, who doesn't even drink wine at all. So the three of us ended up sipping on mimosas and writing just that day this song that was so uplifting that I say that it's the bubbles in the sparkling wine that we had. And it still makes me so uplifted, and it's like a power song. It's an empowering song to myself either, because it captures that uplifting moment where we were in the middle of the ruins of life. And I in the lyrics, I get that because it's so uplifting, and I feel that there's just change in how you think in situations, and the change that you have to make, you have to go on, turn another page. And it's really it tells about this feeling when you are strong enough to move on and do the change, even though it hurts, but you feel it, that now I'm going to do it. And you hold on to the positive. So that's what it's about.
And your music video reflects that. Everything, all the colors are bright. You got the confetti going on, so you certainly captured it there as well.
Yes, it was very hard to because I always have my visions are really there's no room for anything else but the vision. Of course, I can compromise if there's a problem, but I have a clear vision all the time about everything. And then I said to Lauri, who directed this and filmed this video, that the lighting needs to be pink. We checked it, this is good shade, and this is pink. And then I went to the set, and I was doing the makeup. I was in the makeup, and I went to the set, and it was like red, like blood red. And I was like, no, put this heaven stuff away. I really meant pink, like My Little Pony pink. And they were like, okay. And then they changed everything, So it wasn't easy to convince people, because they were doing metal video. They were like, are you serious? Like pink? But then they got it that it's it goes over the top with the pink, So it had to be that too. And we actually felt we had we had such a great time in the video shoot, because we all felt so uplifted. So we were laughing, and the guys, they started skating. It wasn't even supposed to be on the video and to begin with the skating. But then I said, yes, let's add, everybody can, because I had the skates on. I was like, yes, I want everybody to be skating on this video. Like, everybody can have their chance, to skate. And then it was just, we were just having fun. And we still find confetti, even though it's been months ago. So Billy still finds confetti in his keyboards.
The second single that you released from the album sort of contrasts to the uplifting of change. It's more of a somber tale, and even the video is a little bit darker. So if you want to talk a little bit about the song "Imperfect Day."
Yeah, it is a totally different kind of mood. It kind of shifts to a very it looks more inwards and not to the future or anywhere. It's kind of in an empty space in a way in the world, and it's really about a loss and longing to be able to turn back time even for a second, to just feel or have something that you had, and it is really a song about sorrow and a broken heart, and about the journey out of sorrow, because it's kind of death that you go through, and it takes a long time, and it has very many levels, and it kind of it kind of captures the moment when everything kind of died. And yet again, there is also the part where you are already in retrospective, looking back to the time that you can't get back. And it stays in that moment. That's why it's so kind of stagnant and just floating there in a time warp and space warp. And you haven't yet moved on from that. So you are just kind of in the moment there. So yeah, it gives space to, I think, maybe grief.
I saw that SmackBound did some festival appearances throughout 2022. Were you able to play some of the new music for the crowds?
Yes. Yeah, we were last year. Yeah, we were able to tour last year. Some of the gigs that were, of course, these were gigs that were supposed to be in 2020. And some of them, because it took a lot of years and there were more and more gigs to, there were a lot of fans that had gigs and they had to be moved. So these were the gigs that we were supposed to have in 2020, and some of them still moved, like we have them now that we have the new album. So like Tuska Festival is now this summer. And also we have John Smith, which was supposed to be in 2020 to begin with. But yeah, we have upcoming festival shows, and we also have a few of our own club gigs. So we're gonna have three release gigs in different cities in Finland. So that's gonna start the summer for us, and then we go to the festivals.
This is your second album for Frontiers Music. How did you guys end up getting your record deal with them?
I started releasing the songs myself first, so I wasn't so much looking for a record deal. But I did Drive It Like You Stole It came out, and I think we had 3 singles out when several of the labels wanted to talk to us. And back then I felt that Frontiers was they were giving the best kind of contract that we were given. So we thought that it's the best one to choose back then. And because that a lot of times the budgets for making an album in metal are really small, that you can't even master an album with them. So it means that the artist pays a lot. and of course, even if you get the money from the label, of course you have to pay it back. So it's like a bank loan in a sense, because you pay it back 100% from whatever revenue there is from the album. But yeah, because there was a lot of bills to pay. I had a lot of bills to pay because I had paid the whole album by myself. Of course, it's my band. So I really felt like it's a good. Frontiers was a good label to sign into, because they had good PR. They had a good PR section there, so I felt that maybe we're in a good hands. I wasn't sure, because we're not like Frontiers. We're a bit more maybe modern metal than the whole catalog, but I said like maybe it makes a good point of difference. And if Serafina, the CEO, really liked our stuff, was really into us. So I was like, well, if they like it, then we're in a good place.
I know the ball's really rolling right now for you with SmackBound, but are you considering a follow-up to the Laurenne Louhimo album?
Yes, there is plans and there is talk. So I can't say much about it yet, but yes, we've been talking about it with Noora. She was just supposed to come here yesterday, but that didn't happen. We had too much going on. So yeah, we are planning kind of the sequel to that album. And we still have one music video that hasn't come out from the first album. because it kind of disappeared. But Frontiers is now, it doesn't disappear, but they didn't put it out, but they are putting it out maybe later this year.
From what I understand, you're quite the wine expert. I believe you work in the field outside of music. So are you like an official sommelier?
Yes, I am. I've studied to be a sommelier, so I have that degree. I'm also a winemaker by degree, and then I have this VSAT diploma studies, and I only have one exam left there. So it's like if I want to become a master of wine, that's the like candidate in a way. It's a different school, but you have to have that, and then you can go to the master of wine. So I have that's like expertise and maybe research more, and then winemaking is of course hands-on winemaking, and sommelier is more of sniffing and knowing every wine and knowing how to pour it. But I have to be honest, because I don't work in a restaurant, so I'm not so good in the service part of being a sommelier. I might fuck some things up. But I don't work in a restaurant, so I don't have to be the best pourer.
Now, you said you made wine. Do you make wine for yourself, or do you make it commercially?
I don't make wine at the moment, but I have a degree in winemaking. So I've studied winemaking and I have a degree. Now, at the moment, I'm not doing any wine, but I have been discussing of a collaboration to do wine together with another analog. So let's see what happens.
There you go, and you can throw the SmackBound label on it.
Yes. Yes, I can. I don't know if it's a good thing for the wine though, but maybe it is. Who knows? Yes. So I divide my life between music and wine. They're two passions, and I feel like it's way too much for me, but I can't give up on either one of them. So I just have to be there.
Well, those are all the questions I have for you today, Netta. The new album by SmackBound is Hostage. It comes out April 21st. Great album. I really enjoyed it, and I wish you the best of luck with everything.
Thank you so much, and thank you for this interview. And it was good to see you again. And
you as well.
To you soon again.
Once again, I want to thank Netta Laurenne of SmackBound for coming on the Rock is George podcast. Be sure to check out their latest album, Hostage, out April 21st through Frontiers Music. Head over to your favorite music streaming site. Take a listen to the music that's available. If you like what you hear, buy a physical copy. Support the artist. For all things SmackBound, head over to their official website, smackbound.com. I also want to thank John Freeman of Freeman Promotions and Frontiers Music for making this interview possible. You've been great. I've been George Dionne. I'll see you again soon.